That's my sick Halloween koozie from Vinegar Syndrome. I gotta retire it now. Out with the old, in with the older. I'm going right back to my AVA pop culture koozie from my man Chase that I happened to find on the floor underneath my chair that I had ditched at the beginning of October when I got my sick witch koozie. I ditched the Chase koozie, but I'm bringing it back because it's not Halloween no more, guys. It's Monday. It's November the 3rd. We're done with Halloween. We got to put the past in the past and have some respect for ourselves while we drink entirely too much beer. Boom. Welcome back, buddy. What is good, nerds? I hope everybody out there is doing very well. It is I, your brother Jay, His Holiness, the Bishop of Bull Moose, the Criterion Choir boy, and I want to thank you for joining the movie mass. Blessed be your bitch ass for clicking the button. All that good shit. I hope you're having a lovely start to your November. As it is early in the month, I figured I would do what I enjoy doing at this time of the month, and that is not begging my wife for sex on her period. That's later in the month. That is showing you people out there the purchases that I made in the previous month. So today I would like to take a moment to show you guys the new films that I have picked up in the month of October. Now, in every month, I always lament my participation in the commercial economy. The Buddhist in me laments buying things that I don't really need. Engaging in a hobby at all really just kind of activates my Catholic guilt via my Buddhist side of me that feels I should not be paying money to buy movies on discs, but I do it anyway. I knew it was wrong, I did it anyway. But I have to report to you guys, I did much better this month than I have the previous couple of months. If you go back and watch my last couple of videos in this series, on this playlist, you'll see that I was buying a little bit more than one movie every other day was my rate. So, you know, a 30-day month, I might have 16 or 17 purchases made, and I did way, way better in October. Like, I'm halfway to my Tibetan monkhood with this haul. It is a relatively small haul, especially for me, especially based on my history. So I exerted a lot of discipline, and I'm kind of proud of that. So let me show you what I got. Several of these I got on sale at Bull Moose. You gotta love going into a Bull Moose, expecting to spend nothing, and then seeing that somebody sold their whole collection to Bull Moose. You're like, shit, there's a whole bunch of movies that are on my list, and now they're $15 pre-owned, so I have to buy this whole stack before somebody else does. And that's the type of internal pressure that I'm dealing with, you guys. So the first one that I got is an MVD Rewind collection, House on Sorority Row. This is from their Rewind collection. I believe if you order this from MVD today, you do not get this slipcover, which is a problem. It's a problem for me. But I happened to buy it pre-owned from someone who sold it to Bull Moose. And of course, they sold a slipped edition to Bull Moose. So I thought, oh, you can see the price I paid for it too. There's the price sticker. I didn't realize I hadn't taken that off yet. $16 for a slipped cover of House on Sorority Row. And I'm fairly certain I'm correct. You cannot get that slipcover at retail. If you were to order this on Amazon or MDV web shop or whatever, I don't believe you would get this slipcover. So for $16, you know, who's going to argue? This slipcover is in quite good condition, and it's part of the Rewind collection. This is spine number 29. I wonder if you can see that. That is spine number 29. I have no ambition to collect all of the MVD Rewind series. I think they're somewhere in the 50s or 60s, and a lot of them are Blu-rays, and I believe some of them are going to start trickling out into a 4K format. So I have really no desire to go back. And I mean, I have several of these. I probably have I don't know, half dozen to 12 of these MVD Rewind. I have no desire to go pick up like 40 more in this line that may or may not be released in 4K. So, you know, for something like this, you know, nice 80s horror film with a pristine slip, if I can bump into it used and get it for 15 or 16 bucks, I'm gonna buy that. I'll jump at that. But trying to hunt these down with slips online and paying 50 and 60 bucks for something that's going to get put out into 4K anyway. No thank you. So I picked up House on Sorority Row, and now also at that same session at the Bull Moose, when I was shopping that day, convinced that I was not going to find anything that I would want to buy, somebody had sold a good portion of their collection. They must have sold their whole Vestron Collector's Series to Bull Moose. And so Bull Moose had a whole bunch of Vestron Collector's Series Blu-rays on sale for like the pre-owned price. And several of them were ones that I did not yet have. So I bought all of the ones that they had that I did not have. And that includes The Gate. This is a slipped copy, of course. I'm not messing around with no slipcovers. You all know that about me. No slipcover, no care, okay? I'm not messing around with no slipcovers. So I got this one pre-owned. I want to say I probably paid the $15 range. You guys saw that price tag on House on Sorority Row. I want to say I probably paid that much for The Gate with a slipcover in great condition. Who's going to complain about a $15 Blu-ray? I'm not. I'm a cheap ass, and I'm happy when I get my Blu-rays for 15 bucks. I also picked up Maximum Overdrive because they had a copy of Maximum Overdrive. I did not yet have this bad boy on Blu-ray. I didn't own this at all. I don't even think I had this on DVD. And it was used, I think this one I paid a little closer to $20 for. Some of them are like $15 brand new. Some of them are like $20 brand new. And some of them, especially some of these older ones like Maximum Overdrive, are like $30 or $34 brand new. So the pre-owned price for Maximum Overdrive was a little high, but I bought it anyway. And I also got the Wraith. This is one that I don't believe I'd bumped into in the wild with a slipcover. So when I did, and it was like 15 or 16 bucks, I said, why the hell not? This one might have been as cheap as 12, but I have clearly pulled off the price tag of this one. And so, yeah, I added 3 new Vestron Collector Series to the collection. I don't think I've seen The Gate or the Wraith. I've seen Maximum Overdrive, but it's been a while. So I'm looking forward to rewatching that one. Who knows? Also, Kino Lorber was enjoying a 50% off sale at Barnes & Noble. So I did go to Barnes & Noble. I picked up a few in September, but I did kind of early on in October stroll over to a Barnes & Noble. I got a $10 gift card from, I'm part of the rewards program, so I bought a few movies in September. I bought Sabrina and I think maybe 1 or 2 others, as well as some gifts for my wife for her birthday. And so I probably spent about $100 or $120 or so at Barnes & Noble that day. I got a $10 gift card for that, so I thought that was pretty sweet. I wanted to take advantage of it, so I went and got Hiding Out. This is one that was like locked on DVD for a very long time. I believe that Kino Lorber just recently put this out on Blu-ray and 4K, and for a long time it was like DVD only. They didn't even have a Blu-ray of this. And it was wild seeing that go for like 20, 25 bucks on Amazon. Look at that price. That's the original Barnes & Noble price of $45. Wouldn't you feel like a sucker if you paid $45 for this? Wait till you hear how much I paid. So of course it was 50% off, $22.50, but I had my $10 gift card. So this bad boy cost $12.50 for a brand new, never before unwrapped, it's still in the package, copy of Hiding Out on 4K. I mean, this is a brand new Kino Lorber 4K. This has not been out for more than just a couple of months, maybe at best. And I got it for $12. I mean, it's cheaper than what I paid for a used copy of House on Sorority Row. And that's a Blu-ray from MVD that's like 5 years old. It's just wild, the discounts you can get if you are patient and if you have a rewards, participate in the rewards programs at your retailers. So this is what you do. You go into Barnes & Noble, do what I do. It's somebody's birthday. You got kids, I got kids. I go into Barnes & Noble, I get them some books. They need to be reading anyway. These little shits, we're working on them. So I get the kids' books, I get books for my wife. You can go in there, you can get magazines for people, you get fucking Sudoku for your mom. Do a little birthday and Christmas shopping at Barnes & Noble. And then Criterion goes on 50% off sale, Arrow goes on 50% off sale, Kino Lorber goes on 50% off sale. You've got digital gift cards that are just parked right there on your digital account or whatever, You go in, you pay $12 for a brand new Kino Lorber 4K. This is how you maximize your physical media budget. You could do that for Criterions, Arrows, Kino Lorbers. As you guys also know, during the month of October, there were some pretty big sales on Shout/Scream Factory stuff, anything really made by Shout Studios. So it's really been a kind of crazy month for Shout Studios, honestly, with like all the news that has been coming out. They're closing the web store, they're moving over to Groove. Is that good news? Is that bad news? I don't know. Maybe it's bad news. People aren't getting slipcovers. That's not good. That will drive away my business at the very least. If you ship me something brand new, if it just came out and it don't have a slipcover yet, oof. I'm going to Bull Moose. I'm getting those slipcovers. Even I got to pay extra. I told you guys I'm sick in the head. But of course, they did have some good sales. Amazon was matching a lot of their sale prices. So I was able to get the Blob Steelbook. This is the 1980s remake, of course. This is not the original with Steve McQueen. But the Blob, I got the Steelbook. This is a handsome Steelbook, 4K. I do like Scream Factory/Shout Factory for putting out Steelbooks like they do, because I like Steelbooks. I always have been a fan of the Steelbooks. I would rather buy a film in the Steelbook format than like a slipcover format. And I don't remember how much, I must have paid $22 or so for this. So not a bad price for a brand new 4K Steelbook when you can get an unused 4K Steelbook for $22. I say go with it. And Scream Factory was offering some really great deals as part of their regular Spooktober sale, but then obviously they had this weird sale that was like not really publicized that was going on their website, and I took advantage of that too. But that's a package that they haven't even shipped me yet. I ordered it a week and a half ago and they haven't even shipped it to me yet, so we shall see. I'll show those off to you guys next month, the rest of my Shout Factory stuff. I only got a few things left, guys. I got both Trons on Steelbook. I pre-ordered these a while back, and so I got both the original Tron and Tron Legacy. These are the Disney Sony cartel releases. And I got these bad boys. Obviously, I have not opened them up or watched them yet, but I was really focusing a lot on horror and Halloween related films. I didn't really have time to watch something like Tron, but I'll try to make some time here in November to maybe put on Tron and revisit these. Obviously, these are brand new on 4K. These were just released to the 4K format, so I have not yet seen them in 4K. But I've heard they're okay. I've heard they're nothing to write home about. People were not soiling their panties over the Tron films, but I will be the judge of that. I will view them with my own eyes in honor of my late friend Jimmy, who was a huge fan of Tron. R.I.P. Jim Jam, I love you. We just got two left, but one I'm really excited about. This is another Shout Factory release, and that is City on Fire. And this is part of their Hong Kong Cinema Classics line. This is a line of films that I'm really getting very excited about. I mean, they've really been putting out a lot into this line. You know, every single month they're doing a couple of releases. Now, there's been a little bit of talk that, you know, maybe they're not manufacturing as many of these as they should. I believe they've sold out the slipcover of this on their website. So I went and got this at Bull Moose so I could ensure that I got a slipcover, because this slipcover is really nice. I mean, I don't know if you can see that as well. I'll try to let the light just kind of go over that, slide over that cover. Very glossy, and the gold part here, this banding at the top, as well as the logo down there, are like gold foil, and that's quite nice. I mean, it really does look kind of classy. I'm looking forward to getting more of the releases from this line. They're also numbered. There is a spine number that you can see there. Hopefully you can see that. And so, because I am sick in the head, I can't just have number 6. Shout Factory knows this about me. They know that I'm going to need to buy the rest. I'm looking forward to watching City on Fire. It has been a long time. I had a bootleg VHS of City on Fire in the 90s that I used to watch with my buddies. I'm talking like 94, 95. Like, I couldn't drive. DVD wasn't a thing. And it was hard to find Hong Kong cinema and other like foreign Asian movies in the United States. There just wasn't a lot of them that were being put out onto like official VHS that you could buy in the store. Of course, you couldn't buy them on Amazon. We're talking 1995. So, you know, I had a bootleg copy of City on Fire. I think I might have gotten it at a comic convention or something. You could get comic conventions like Dragon Con I went to every single year in the 90s, and you could get back then you could get bootleg VHS of all sort of anime that had been unprofessionally subtitled, Hong Kong cinema stuff, and that's where we did. I mean, 15 bucks would get you a VHS of City on Fire, and I'm not sure I've seen City on Fire since the 90s. I'm really looking forward to revisiting City on Fire, as well as some of the other Hong Kong cinema classics. Hard Boiled is one that is coming out tomorrow as I record this, so it might be out, like as you're watching this, it might already be out. And I've heard rumblings online that they didn't make enough of these, that Orbit DVD, Diabolic DVD, they didn't get their full orders. They're having to refund and cancel pre-orders, which is just not a good look. And apparently that is because Shout Studios did not allocate to them the full amount of Hard Boiled. So we're gonna see what happens with this Hong Kong Cinema Classics line. Is this something that they're throttling? I can't imagine that they would underproduce something like Hard Boiled of all releases. I mean, everybody's heard of Hard Boiled. Everybody's gonna want a copy of Hard Boiled. So we'll see. I'll talk to you guys about that next month if I get my hands on Hard Boiled or not. I'll be looking for it tomorrow. And the last thing I got this month, and because it was $25, I had been holding out for a 4K of this, but then Arrow went and released it on Blu-ray only in the UK just earlier this year. So my thought is maybe this isn't coming to 4K real soon, especially if Shout Studios kind of winds down their production a little bit and they're not doing as much restoration as they have previously done. Then maybe we don't see these on 4K anytime soon, and that is the Critters collection. This is the box set of the 4 Critters films. $25. It's hard to argue about $6.25 per movie in this collection. And yeah, I had wanted to wait for 4K releases, but for $25, if and when the 4K comes out, I'll upgrade then, I'll sell this off, and I could probably sell this off for 20 bucks and really not lose a whole lot of money on holding this thing for a couple of years while we're waiting for a 4K, if a 4K is indeed coming. I would imagine that Scream Factory would be the one to put it out. I imagine they're the ones who licensed the Blu-ray to Arrow for UK release of the Critters box set. But I don't know. I don't know that for certain. That's just conjecture on my part. So the Critters collection is what I'm looking forward to rewatching. I'm not sure I've seen a Critters film in 30 years either. Critters is, I may have seen City on Fire more recently than I've seen one of the Critters films. I don't bump into Critters on television a lot these days. For that matter, I don't really watch a lot of television these days. I have YouTube TV from August until January, and that is solely so that I can watch my Georgia Bulldogs. That's the only reason I have television service. And then I cancel YouTube TV because it's 80 bucks a month. Fuck that. And there's no Bulldogs anyway. So when the Critters box set of 4 movies is $25 and YouTube TV is 80 bucks a month, do the math on that. I would much rather be buying these. I'd much rather be spending my money on these. So that's just my priorities. Now, on October 31st, on Halloween, the very last day of October, I received a nice package from Vinegar Syndrome. See that right there? Vinegar Syndrome, got that Vinegar Syndrome tape. Look at this big, weird sized package, this big, look like one of them small, like when you get a gluten-free pizza for your wife because she eats gluten-free pizzas. And so this is quite obviously, this is the secret item. I haven't heard very many people talking about the secret item. I was kind of surprised. People have been receiving this for the last, I don't know, week or so. I'm by no means the first guy to get his hands on one of the secret releases from Vinegar Syndrome. It's got that cool Halloween Vinegar Syndrome tape on there. So at any rate, this is quite obviously the secret release that was for sale back during the Halfway to Black Friday sale. This was many months ago now. And I did manage to get a copy. I got my hands on this secret release, and so I'm just gonna unbox it. We're gonna figure out what this is. It is a large and odd-shaped box for like a simple Blu-ray, but you guys remember the image was of a Frisbee, and that is what is inside this box, apparently. Look at the inside of this box. So inside this box, we have a slipped copy of a double feature, Good Girls Don't, and Babe Watch. I mean, that's some damn fine art. I'm assuming I can show you this on YouTube. I haven't really looked at this. No, they got their tits put away. And yeah, I think they got their tits put away on this one too. Lord, please, ladies. Vinegar Syndrome, you know how Vinegar Syndrome is. They are not afraid of the boobies on the cover. So anyway, these are both like early 90s, I don't know, USA Up All Night style comedies, sex comedies. I will be watching these. I've never seen them before. This is a blind buy for me. I didn't even know what they were. I mean, it's like the surprise gift. So, and there is indeed a Frisbee in here. So, yeah, I get to bounce this off my kids' heads. There's a cool Vinegar Syndrome Frisbee. I'm a little sad that the discs, you know, that does look like a disc spindle in there. Does that not look like a disc spindle? I was kind of sad that the discs weren't like on the Frisbee. I was hoping for like Frisbee packaging. And of course, I mean, I hate missing out on a slipcover. I'm glad we got like a slipcover release. But that looks a lot like a disc spindle, doesn't it? All right, I'm gonna see if I can put a disc in here. I think one of these has to be open already. We're gonna see if I can put a disc on that spindle, why not? All right, here we go. We're gonna test it out with the Wraith. If I fuck the disc up, I can order another one. Pretty easy, disc only. I've already got the slip cover, and that's the real valuable thing. Okay, so disc, right? There's the Wraith disc. Disc spindle. Let's see if this works. Come on, baby. It fucking works. Look at that. That is a disc spindle on the bottom of my Vinegar Syndrome Frisbee, my brand new Vinegar Syndrome Frisbee. And on the bottom, there is a disc spindle, so you can legit smuggle your Blu-rays into your ultimate Frisbee day, I guess. There's no way I'm going outside and throwing this Frisbee. I'm not scratching that up. Vinegar Syndrome broad ain't got no head. She got her head off. We got little splurts of blood. This is everything I could have asked for in a Frisbee that I never asked for. I didn't ask for a Frisbee, but it's a cool Frisbee because look, there's a disc spindle on the bottom. Look, my disc is hanging in there. What a fantastic novelty that is, let me tell you. I'm very glad I spent $50 on this. I don't remember how much this was, but at any rate, what an interesting way to end my October. Got a fucking Frisbee. I can't believe they put the disc spindle on the Frisbee though. How fucking cool is that? Anyway, I'm gonna drink the rest of this. How fucking cool are these people? Speaking of cool, how cool are these people? These are the patrons. I drink this in honor of them. And if you ain't on that list, get right with Jesus, man. You know what to do. It's on the internet. You can do it. Go do the thing. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Boom, that's a disc attached to a bottom of a Frisbee legally. What a novelty that is. I'm gonna drink the rest of this beer and I'm gonna throw this Frisbee at one of my kids and watch it bounce off her forehead when she can't catch it. Peace, y'all. Boo.